If you're sitting the bench or you're a person who's getting some play time, but you feel like you should deserve some more, well, in this video, I'm going to break down 4 guaranteed steps that if you follow each one to a T, you will guaranteed get more play time. Let's dive in. Number 1. Now, if you do this and this is the only thing you do, and you don't look at the other 3 tips on this video, I can guarantee that you'll give yourself at least a shot to get more play time. And that is number 1. That is play defense. And now let's break down, what does playing defense actually look like successfully at the high school level. And number 1, I'm going to talk about guard your yard. That is on ball perimeter defense. And if you're a big and maybe you have to, defend a big, right? It doesn't matter, right? Guard your yard. Now that means number 1, they should not be getting past you. Unless it's a very elite high level guard, they should not be getting by you. And number 2, right, you should not be getting in foul trouble because you're so hyper aggressive. So you have to guard your yard. Force that player to kick that ball out. Don't let them penetrate the paint. Don't let them get by you. Number 1, take responsibility and guard your yard. Now, the second part of being a great defender is being engaged off the ball. And I don't want to tell you exactly where to be because your coach is going to want you to be in specific spots that I can't tell you. But I will tell you that if you are engaged off the ball, right, you're seeing ball and man, right, you make sure you're in the spots, in the gaps, in the passing lane, wherever the coach wants you. If you're engaged off that ball, right, because a lot of times when I watch some film of high school basketball players, they're standing up, they're staring at their man, right, they're not engaged. You need to be engaged off the basketball. And then number 3, to be a great defender, is you need to communicate loudly, communicate often. You need to be the loudest person on the court. All right, switch, right, show and stay, whatever the defense is, you need to be communicating. Help, I got your help. If you're the loudest person on the court on defense, I guarantee you the coach is going to notice. The problem is you don't talk on defense, so you got to start. So in order to be the loudest person on the court, you got to start talking just a little bit. So if you do those 3 things on defense, guard your yard, be engaged off the ball, and communicate, you're going to give yourself a great opportunity to get more play time. Now let's go through the next 3 points. Number 2 is value the basketball. You have to value the basketball. And what I mean by that is number 1, need to have low turnovers. All right, so you're guarding your yard, you're rebounding, whatever position you are, whether you're 1 through 5. If you are turning the basketball over, every time you turn the ball over, you lose the coach's trust, you lose your teammates' trust. If you lose trust, you get less play time. So you need to take care of the basketball. Value that thing like it's your baby. Now, there are some turnovers that are better than others. Like if you're being aggressive, you're trying to, pass the ball ahead, that's a better turnover, but we still want to limit those because if you're turning the ball over too much, as coaches, we can't play you. So that's number 1 about valuing the basketball. And then number 2, when it comes to valuing the basketball, is taking high percentage shots or taking great shots. Now, I have something that I want you to remember. This is for great shot selection, and your coach is going to want you to take shots. I say number 1, always hunt the layup, right? Some coaches may dislike the mid-range, may like the 3 more. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do it because your coach is going to care more. But every single coach wants you to get to the paint. So that's number 1. If you want to take high value shots, you got to get to the paint. Doesn't matter what coach you play for. I've never met a coach that doesn't like someone who gets to the paint and finishes around the rim. And now, I want you to remember this acronym, ROB. Is it in your range, right? Does that mean you can make it consistently? I don't mean 1 out of 10 times. That's not in your range. Can you make it consistently in game? That's in your range. Are you open? Now, what drives a lot of us coaches crazy is these off the dribble, pull up, contested shots. You're not open. That's not a good shot. Okay? And last is, are you on balance? Man, are you going down? Are you going in? I've seen the craziest thing between AAU and high school basketball. They're taking crazy off balance shots. You're not like that, right? So take shots in your range, take shots when you're open, and take shots on balance. All right, so that is going to be the best way, because if you take a bad shot, To me, it's a little better than a turnover because at least you give your team an opportunity for an offensive rebound. But if they rebound the ball, that's a turnover to me, right? That's not a good shot. And for me, I'm not playing people who take poor shots. So if I was you and your coach maybe doesn't talk about shot selection too much, I would ask him or her, what shots should we be taking? So that's number 2. Number 3 is I'm gonna kind of build on that, talking about the coach, is know your playbook. Know all the plays, know the exact defensive style they want, the offense they want, right? The shot selection. If you come into the game and you mess up a play, right? Boom, you lose trust, right? Playtime is all about trust. So you need to know your playbook in and out. Let's say you do know the playbook in and out. Now that extra step to getting more playtime is getting people in order, right? It's an out of bounds play. It's a sideline out of bounds play. Get people in order. Hey, Jeff, Jimmy, Jessica, you need to get over here, right? Start direct. Show some leadership, right? If I see like, oh, this player X, they are directing traffic on the court. They're getting Jimmy or Jessica in the right spots. I need to get him or her out there on the court because that's going to give our team the best opportunity to win, all right? And number 4, you have to just outwork that person you're competing with. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If there's a person in front of you, you have to outwork them in practice. Now, if you do get those opportunities in the game, you have to, outwork them in the game, right? And that's just sheer effort. And I want to include like attitude within that as well. If you have a bad attitude because you're not playing that much or you're not playing at all, forget about it. Coach is not even going to look at you and consider you, right? So you have to have conversations, right? So just adding the last thing, you have to have conversations with your coach. Don't be afraid to ask for more playtime or ask, how can I get more playtime, right? Some coaches may give you a direct answer. Some coaches may not. And that's just the truth. So I would, if you're having a coach who, you're a little confused, it doesn't seem like there's clarity, like you seem like you ask him, like I would really be like, how can I help impact the team more so I can get more playtime? That's the question you need to ask. You need to be direct, right? And I know it's scary. Your coach may yell at you all the time, and he or she may seem very scary. But if you want more playtime, you have to ask for what you want, and then you have to work for it, right? You have to work for things in life, and so that's what Beyond the Game is all about. If you want a job, if you want to get a raise, you gotta ask for it, right? No one is gonna come and give it to you. You have to go earn it. It's your responsibility, and I want you to take that away from this video. So if you got something from it, if we drop videos every single week on how you as an athlete can really become a better basketball player and also a better person off the court beyond the game. So subscribe to our channel, all right? And we'll be in your ears and eyes next week. Go make an impact beyond the game.